You've got a Miata window that doesn't go down all the way. See, it almost caught right there. Usually gets stuck about like 75%, like right there. What that usually is a clip that comes loose. If you can see right here when I'm moving, this is attached to a cable, and once you feel it, you can see it moving up, and so this cable, it comes loose. So you can buy this clip right here, this white part, and clip it back into place. If it's still in good shape, you can just clip it back and it should be fine. The window basically gets caught on this as it's coming down, and that's why it doesn't go roll down all the way. As a free fix, if your clip is okay, you just clip it back into place and you're good to go. You don't have to buy a new window regulator, you don't have to do any of that. The window is fairly easy to take off. I'll show you how to take that off as well. Just so you know, one screw there, one screw there, one screw there, okay? Plastic rivet thing on the here, plastic pop-offs, 2 of them on the side. Then you pull the whole door panel off. Then behind here, here's a screw for the door handle assembly, and over here where this handle attaches to the door frame, there's another screw with like a little support that comes off, and you got to detach your wire from here. Once you have all that off, you can peel the plastic, taking care of this handle, and take the plastic off. And then there's a little cover right here that we took off, and you can take that cover off. So the clip I was talking about, it's right here. In my case, it had moved up further and it was coming out of this hole right here. But I managed to push it down and get it in right here. Another alternative to this method, if your clip is broken or it's not working, so my clip is not broken, but so as you can see, my clip is still intact and it's in place and just needs a little bit of nudging. So you can see this leg of the clip, it's not out all the way, so we'll just pull it out. There we go. And you can see, hopefully it's not going anywhere. Now, to make this more permanent, you can put some JB Weld around here, and that would make it really permanent. Just keep it in place. But we're gonna test the window. As you can see, the clip just takes a lot of stress. See, it's fairly loose now. And then when you put the window up, it's tight. I mean, it's like splayed out, and I guess it could break. It might not be a bad idea if you have a stuck window and before you tackle this job and you have everything open to just order a new clip, and then you can just put a new clip in here and you don't have to worry about this. Second idea would be to go ahead and JB Weld it in place if your clip is okay. Third idea would be if you don't have JB Weld, if you don't have a working clip, what you can do is get a zip tie, and what you can do is put it through that hole, get it behind the cable, bring it back out, and zip tie it in place. If your head of the zip tie is large enough, it'll hook onto this hole. It might be a good idea to get yourself a washer, and also have a washer in place for a smaller hole. Maybe that'll keep it in place better. But if your clip is okay, then you can just do this. Now that the window is fixed, first things first, we're gonna put this cover back on. After this cover is back on, and it's a good idea to wear gloves because you get this black goo all over yourself. But yeah, put this cover back on. There's 3 screws that go onto it, and I'll show you. And then we put the clear plastic back on. This goes on top of the plastic goes underneath this. I'll show you in a bit. Boom, boom. Put this back in place. Now for the plastic. Here you can see the plastic is back on. There's a slit right here for this cable to come through if you have a speaker in your door right here. And see this cut right here? This is where the door handle goes through, and it can it sits in right like this, and the screw goes in through here to hold this in place. One thing I want to mention, and if you've gotten to this step, you can still take this plastic off. Lube up your door rails right here, the window rails, because that'll help your windows go up and down faster, and it's good to keep them lubricated. So if you have some lube that's compatible with plastics, I would go ahead and, because the wheels are plastic, so I would lube those up right now. The plastic's on. There's a 1 screw that goes right there, and then this kind of holds up you can see the 2 pins. They fit in like this. It goes on like this. There's a screw that goes in right there. got the speaker, you got to install the wire to the speaker in the back, and then this door panel, it sits on this ledge right here. So you set it on and you kind of let it sit. So you don't put it on, you go up, put the top edge on, and then it drops down on to this. There's a couple clips, couple screws. So there's a bigger black screw that goes in right here. We're gonna put that in. There's a couple of plastic clips. So here's a black plastic clip, just fits in right there. There's 2 plastic clips on the side. They fit in right here. These are the 2 clips on the side. To remove them, basically you stick a screwdriver in here, or your nail, but better to do a screwdriver, and you pop the middle part out and then the whole thing comes off. And you can just press the bottom part. There's clips on the bottom. You press those in. And so of course when you're taking it off, you can just pull. Once you have all the fasteners off, you can pull on the bottom and that'll get the door panel off. There's a big screw. It goes in right in there, and we'll screw it in a second. And then this plastic piece goes on. And there's a screw that goes right there. So that's the screw you gotta take out when you're taking the panel off. And under here, this carpeting in the door panel, there's this carpeting. You pull it up, there's a screw right in there. So you have to remove that screw when you're taking it off. You gotta install that screw when you're putting it back on.